Are you an established coach or consultant wondering if it's time to raise your prices? Well, you're not alone. In fact, the vast majority of coaches and consultants that come to me undercharging are burned out, frustrated, and unsure how to confidently charge what they're worth. In today's video, I'm breaking down the 5 signs that it's time to raise your prices, along with the top 4 fears that might be stopping you from doing it. And more importantly, I'm going to talk about how to overcome those fears. Because raising your prices is one of the most powerful things you can do to reclaim your time, increase your income, and attract higher level clients who actually respect your value. Hi, I'm Jessica Yarbrough, top business strategist for coaches and consultants ready to command more money for their expertise. I've helped everyone from leadership coaches to business consultants to executive advisors break through the fear, raise their rates, and land clients at levels they once thought were out of reach. Let's dive in. Number 1, a telltale sign it's time to raise your prices is that you start to resent your business or even your clients. And look, you may love your clients, but if you find yourself feeling drained or resentful or even overextended, it's a clear sign that your pricing doesn't reflect your value. Resentment is your gut telling you something needs to change. And clients will not volunteer to pay you more money. You have to own your worth, raise your prices, and teach them your value. I've seen this with countless clients that I've helped both raise their prices to existing clients and sell high-end packages to brand new ones. And almost always when they finally raise their prices, they say the same thing to me. Jessica, I wish I would have done this sooner. So let me ask you, how many years have you been undercharging? How much money have you left on the table? You cannot change the past, but you can transform how you move forward. And for most clients, that 2x, 4x, even 10xing their prices is transformational to both their business and their lifestyle. Another sign it's time to raise your prices is that you are exhausted. Maybe you're working long hours, juggling a bunch of clients, and you're still not hitting your income goals. And that's just not sustainable. Take my client, a business coach earning low 6 figures. She came to me exhausted and on the verge of burnout. She literally said to me, with my current business model, I don't have the time or energy to make more without doing more. So we immediately transformed her model. We raised her prices, streamlined her offers, and cleared space for higher value clients. She ended up launching to her existing network and making $300,000 in 2 months, and then went on to hit 7 figures within just 1 year. If you haven't read Michelle's case study, I highly recommend you do. It's pinned below. Next, another sign it's time to raise your prices is by looking at your bottom line. If your income really hasn't moved much over the past few years, that's a major red flag. Raising your prices is one of the fastest ways to increase revenue without necessarily adding more work or more clients. One client of mine, a business strategist and former C-suite executive, raised his prices and started selling 6-figure packages, all because we aligned his pricing with his value. Next, if you're not fully booked out, or if you are fully booked out but still not making what you want, your pricing is the problem. And that's a sign it's time to raise them. One of my clients was making $700,000 per year but had no capacity left to take on 6-figure clients. So we reduced his client delivery hours, significantly freeing up his time without affecting his bottom line. Now that opened up space for him to focus on up-leveling his branding and marketing strategy, and then he started closing 6-figure deals and bringing in even more revenue than before. Finally, if your clients don't follow through, they complain or constantly question your value, it's likely because your pricing is attracting the wrong crowd. Yet another sign it's time to raise your prices and go after a different market. Just like another client of mine who was charging $5,000 for strategy and getting nowhere with her clients. Well, we repositioned her value, we raised her rate to $25,000, and she closed 4 new clients, making 6 figures in just 2 weeks of launching. And those clients, they took action. They got results and they respected her expertise. Now let's talk about the real reason many coaches and consultants stay stuck: fear. When it comes to raising prices, here are the 4 most common fears I see and how to conquer them. Fear number 1, what if I lose existing clients? Well, the reality is you might lose a few, but the right clients will stay. And in most cases, clients know if they're already getting a deal. They just won't say it out loud. Like my client, a strategic consultant who helped a client earn 7 figures in profit in a year, and he was still charging peanuts. Once we had the conversation and I prepped him to raise his prices with his clients, that client happily turned around and paid him 6 figures. Fear number 2, I'm scared to have the conversation. Like, I get it, it feels awkward, but here's how to do it. Reflect on what you've already helped the client achieve, highlight where they want to go, and then share what it will take to get them there. Then introduce what you'll be doing at a new rate. The reality is growth requires discomfort, but not having that conversation is costing you time, energy, money, and precious mental space. Fear number 3, no one will pay me that much. If your current audience can't afford your value, it's time to shift your audience. Because when you have a clear, high-value solution to an urgent problem, there are people and companies ready to pay premium rates right now. Like my client, a leadership coach who was already selling high-end packages. After working with me, we doubled her rate and she closed a $180,000 deal. Fear number 4, what if I can't deliver the value? Well, this is classic imposter syndrome. But here's what I tell every client. You've already delivered results. You already have the expertise. When you raise your prices, you may need to enhance the value or reposition it, but your ability to deliver is already within you. And every single client I've helped double, triple, or even 10x their prices has said the same thing. I wish I had done this sooner. So if you're watching this and nodding along, you already know it's time. You're ready for more income, more impact, and more freedom, and you're done undercharging, over-delivering, and working yourself to the bone. If you want our help repositioning your business, packaging your genius, and confidently raising your prices, then I invite you to explore our program and client case studies. You'll find the link pinned below. And if you find this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, even drop a comment, let me know what your biggest takeaway is. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time.